Alright, in this video we are continuing with trig ratios, and in the previous video we were talking about how do we undo our trig functions to solve for an angle. So for part A here on example 2, we want to solve for A. We want to figure out what this angle is. So we have some triangle here, some right triangle, because we only use the trig functions with right triangles. And here's angle A. And since this is the cosine, we'll label this A and B and C. Actually, we'll switch A and B. Put this over here, A and B. What this means is that the ratio of B to C, if I made a fraction out of B to C, B over C, that would equal 0.7071. Remember, these trig ratios, sine, cosine, and tangent, these are just fancy ways to show the ratios of two sides of a triangle. So the cosine of some angle here is 0.7071, and we want to find out what that angle is. So using our inverse trig relationships, I'm going to take the cosine inverse of the left side, and since I did this on the left, I need to do it on the right. So the cosine inverse of, move some of this stuff around a bit. Let's move that down to there. Cosine inverse of 0.7071. So you notice I took the cosine inverse of both sides. That would be like dividing both sides by something or multiplying both sides by something to solve for a variable. So now this cosine inverse and this cosine, they cancel each other out. They undo each other. So on the left we're left with A. Now on our calculator, you're going to want to hit the second button, then the cosine button, and that will give you the cosine inverse. So if you do that, go ahead and if you need to pause the video to give that a shot, I strongly recommend you try that to make sure we're on the same page here. So if you do that on your calculator, you should get 45 degrees. Okay, remember, you're going to hit the second button, and then you're going to hit the cosine button, and you should get cosine raised to the -1, which we say cosine inverse on your calculator. And that's all there is to it. So go ahead and try parts B and C, and you can check in with me to see if your answers are correct, and we'll see you in the next video.